up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match analysis from the match yesterday between Barcelona Athletic Club, where Barcelona walked away yet again, absolutely thrashing their opponent at the Spotify Camp Nou. We're going to take a look at some of the stats from this match, analyze team performance, analyze some players' individual performances, and also react to Xavi's post-match press conference and the match reaction of 4 other players. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with a reminder of the starting lineup from last night, where Xavi did make a tactical adjustment. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Roberto, Kounde, Eric Garcia, Alejandro Balde, midfield 3 of Busquets, De Jong, and Gavi, and a front 3 of Ousmane Dembele, Lewandowski, and Pedri playing out wide on the wing. Now, Xavi did use all 5 of his substitutions in this match. First, he brought on Kessie for Gavi, who got a big blow in the first half, then made a triple change, bringing on Alonso, Ansu Fati, and Ferran Torres, taking off Lewandowski, Pedri, and also Kounde, and then finally he brought on Pablo Torre to give him La Liga debut and took off Ousmane Dembele. Let's now take a look at the 4 goals scored in this match. The first one, of course, was scored by Ousmane Dembele from a header. Never thought I would see the day in my life. Dembele had the ball on the right hand side, runs past 2 or 3 Bilbao players, cuts inside, shoots, saved by Unai Simon, drops Lewandowski on the left hand side, he crosses back in, and then Dembele beats Yeri Alvarez in the air and puts his header right in the bottom corner and gives Barcelona the early lead. The second goal in this match was scored, luckily you could say, by Sergi Roberto. Busquets picks up the ball in the midfield, finds Roberto, he's in acres of space, runs, attacks the space, gives it out wide to Ousmane Dembele. In that process, when Dembele has the ball, 2 Bilbao players press him, and Dembele finds the pass via the press away from it, sends Roberto through on goal, he shoots, it deflects heavily off Inigo Martinez, but it goes in the back of the net and gives Barcelona the 2-goal lead. Now, the third goal in this match was scored by Robert Lewandowski, where Barcelona in back-to-back matches scores 3 goals in the first half consecutively in under 10 minutes, and the balls work down the right hand side with Eric Garcia, Kounde, and also Frankie de Jong, but the ball finds its way to Busquets, who then finds Roberto. He finds, of course, Ousmane Dembele. Dembele then attacks the space with his fantastic dribbling, just touches out the outline, runs past I believe 2 Bilbao players, cuts inside, lines up the shoot, but instead finds Lewandowski in the box open. Lewandowski with the best touch turn I've seen in a long time, absolutely smashes the ball, and it goes in the roof of the net and gives Barcelona a 3-goal lead going into halftime. The fourth and final goal was scored by Ferran Torres, where Barcelona worked the ball really well to create the chance and end up, of course, scoring a goal. Now, Ferran Torres did miss a big opportunity, I think 10 minutes before this play happened, when we won the box with Unai Simon, and he makes a good save. Now, this time though, it changes. Now, the ball is being worked by various players. You know, you had Ter Stegen touching it, you had Marcos Alonso, Busquets, Alejandro Balde, but in the end, the ball works its way to Frankie de Jong in the middle of the pitch. He puts a beautiful pass to Ousmane Dembele out wide, who apparently just was onside. By the naked eye, looks like he was onside, but when you bring the lines out, he was just onside. He then attacks the space again. During that time, Ferran Torres makes a fantastic run in the box. Dembele finds him with a fantastic pass. He's in the same situation he was 10 minutes ago, but this time he scored under Unai Simon's legs and gives Barcelona the 4-goal lead and also secures all 3 points. Let's now take a look at the full-time stats, where Barcelona absolutely dominate yet again. Firstly, possession, 66% for Barcelona, 34% for Bilbao. In this match, Barcelona had 10 shots, 7 on target, 3 off target, only had 1 corner kick in this match, which I think was very surprising. I thought we had at least a few more. We had 4 offsides, we committed 7 fouls and picked up 2 yellow cards. We had 3 big chances, we missed 1 of them, and of course we hit the post as well with that Pedri opportunity. We had 8 shots inside the box and only 2 outside. Again, Xavi definitely wants that number way higher. Ter Stegen only made 1 save in this match with 1 key save. In the match, Barcelona attempted 669 passes and completed 598 giving us an 89% success rate, which again, fairly low for Barcelona, but still more than Bilbao. Barcelona also attempted 56 long balls in this match, completing only 39, 70% success rate, and we also attempted only 7 crosses in this match, which is very low for Barcelona, and only completed 2, 29% success rate. But hopefully keep that crossing number low because we're absolutely crap at crossing. We attempted 12 dribbles in this match and only completed 7, 58% success rate, but possession lost. Barcelona lost the ball in this match 105 times, but Bilbao lost it 111 times. Again, Barcelona gave this number down, and also sometimes our opponents have a higher number. We won 39 duels, 7 of them being aerial duels. We also had 13 tackles, 5 interceptions, and 12 clearances. Let's now take a look at the SofaScore full-time player ratings, where Barcelona achieved a 7.29 team performance rating with an average age of 25.8 years old. Ter Stegen in goal got a 6.9, Roberto with an 8.2, Kounde 6.6. I think that's very, very low, especially with Eric Garcia getting a 7.8. Balde 7.6, very, very low in my opinion. Pedri 6.7, very, very low in my opinion. Busquets 7.4, De Jong 7.1, again low in my opinion. Gavi 6.8. You could say because he only played about half an hour. Lewandowski with an 8.0, and then Ousmane Dembele getting a perfect 10, which I do believe is the first time a player has gotten a 10 for Barcelona this season. On the bench, some still good ratings. Pablo Torre got a 6.5, Franck Kessie getting a 7.1. Of course, he played the majority of the match. Alonso 6.7, Ferran 7.1 for his goal, of course, and Ansu Fati with a 6.5. Let's now take a look at some of the stats from this match. Firstly, we do have the average positioning of the Barcelona players. On the left-hand side is the starting lineup, and the right-hand side is with the substitutions coming in. As you can see, Barcelona changed the formation, and they did have almost a 4-man in the midfield. It looks like more so a 4-4-2, but in game it was clearly more so a 4-2-3-1. You have Xavi just in front of the 2 pivots in Busquets and De Jong. Then Pedri playing almost as a left mid, left winger. You have Roberto very, very advanced with Ousmane Dembele, of course, playing on the right wing. And again, Lewandowski, given that freedom role, he more so tends to drift down the left-hand side. But again, where you can see the arrow, he's definitely not playing as a pure number 9. Balde looks like he was playing a bit more of a defensive role today, with not getting as much advance as you could probably want from a left back, but again, still had a very solid match. Then when the subs come in, it's all over the place. You have Alonso playing, of course, right beside Eric Garcia, who did end up switching to right center back, because of course he's playing left center back when Kounde was on the pitch. Again, you have Ansu Fati playing actually as a pure winger, as Pedri is more so closer to the midfield, but Ansu pure winger. Yeah, Ferran playing as a right winger, but again, we spent more times in the defensive final third than he was in our final third. Kessie came in, direct replacement for Gavi. I can see the positions didn't really change too much. And again, Xavi did come with the approach of winning that midfield battle and also counteracting Athletic Bilbao's press by having more men in the midfield. We only had, 4-3-3. He had the wingers, Frankie, Busquets, Gavi would have gone over press with Bilbao's 4-2-3-1 because they would have had an extra man in that midfield. Now look at the heat concentration of this game. 47% of the match was spent on the halfway line, with 34% in Bilbao's half and 19% in Barcelona's final third. And as you can also tell, that Barcelona went down the right hand side way more than the left hand side. Of course, when Dembele and Roberto are starting and you don't have Jordi Alba, everything, and I mean everything, went down the right hand side in this match. Now overall, when you look at the stats, of course, you see the passing network is also, of course, purely dominated by Barcelona. I think the most passes in this match were done by Eric Garcia, most pass combinations with Roberto and Dembele, most progressive passes were Kounde, and most threats received were from Ferran Torres, surprisingly, and then most threats via passing with Ousmane Dembele, most threat in combination was Dembele and Torres, and also most progressive pass received was from Ousmane Dembele. Now, despite the fact that Barcelona scored 4 goals in this match, we did only have an XG, expected goals, of 1.46. As you can tell by the flow of the XG as well, Barcelona purely dominating. You can also tell that Eric Garcia was very influential in this match, and that's probably why he got that higher rating from SofaScore of the 7.8, because if you look at the passing network, all the passes come to him, and basically all the plays start with him. Now, Bilbao did want it at first, that's why they pressed him a lot in those first few minutes, but that's why Xavi had that extra in the midfield in Pedri to help counteract that press from Athletic Bilbao as well. Now, we do have some big stats in this match. First, of course, Lewandowski, top goal scorer in La Liga on 12 goals, where last season our top goal scorer was Memphis Depay, who had 12 goals when the season finished. We're only on match day 11. We just finished match day 11. He has 12 goals, and in 38 matches, Depay only got 12. Then again, he was injured for a few, but in the entire season, it just shows the levels. Of course, Depay is not a striker, but Lewandowski is a pure striker. Depay is more so of a creative number 9, so... And again, you can just tell the clear levels. I mean, everyone knows that Lewandowski is better than Depay. Anyways, Lewandowski is also the first player in Europe's top 5 leagues this season to be directly involved in at least 2 goals in 6 different matches. Mad. Now, Pedri in the first half, of course, Barcelona went into halftime 3 goals up, and that's because that Pedri did not misplace a single pass in the first half. He had 100% passing success rate going into halftime, and I believe in the end he only misplaced 1 pass. He did go off of course around the 60th minute, but during his whole game he only misplaced 1 pass. But in the first half he did have a 100% success rate. Now also, Marc-Andre ter Stegen is the first goalkeeper in the history of La Liga who has kept a clean sheet in 9 out of his 11 first games in the same season. Wow, wow, wow. I am begging and I am praying that ter Stegen wins the Zamora Trophy. We've not won the Zamora Trophy since our treble winning season in the 14-15 when Bravo won it. Keeping clean sheets for Barcelona has always been a curse, but this season we have been rock solid. Still no goals conceded at the Camp Nou in La Liga as well. I believe it's 4 goals conceded in La Liga, 3 against Madrid, 1 against Sociedad. Champions League, different story, but in La Liga, our clean sheet record is absolutely disgusting. But of course, the headline of this match was the performance of Ousmane Dembele. With a goal and 3 assists, Ousmane Dembele has been directly involved in 4 goals in a single game for Barcelona for the first time in all competition in 165 games for the club. Stellar. I mean, he had a lot of, 1 goal, 2 assists. I checked the stats back, but my God, being involved in 4 goals, again, like I said in my match review yesterday, those are Messi-esque numbers. But Dembele also reached a very, very iconic milestone for the club as well. He scored Barcelona's 4,000th home goal in La Liga, which of course is a big milestone, so credit to him. But then again, we're going to be focusing on him being involved in 4 goals in just 1 game. Let's now get into Xavi's post-match press conference reaction and the match reaction of 4 other players as well. Now also Jordi Cruyff, our sporting director, spoke after the match as well, but I can't cover that. This video will be like 45 minutes long. We're going to focus on the players, of course, and the 4 players are Sergio Busquets, Pablo Torre, Franck Kessie, and Robert Lewandowski. Let's now get into see what everyone had to say. First up is the captain of the club, Sergio Busquets, who in my opinion did have a fairly decent game in this match. Let's get and see what he had to say after the game. He came out saying, "We started the game strong and our main objective is to continue winning matches in a good way. In the Champions League, we are disappointed with the results after the Inter match. Perhaps we deserve more, and unfortunately our fate is no longer in our hands in the Champions League. We had a difficult start to the week after the loss against Real, but I think we have recovered well, both against Villarreal and also last night against Athletic Club. Xavi will be very happy in the last 2 games that we played well, and this raised the level for both collectively and individually as well. The more difficult he has to choose between the players, the better it is for the entire team." So again, Busquets praising the fact that competition in the squad is important. And of course, against Bayern Munich on Wednesday midweek is no longer in our hands, but of course we're going to be praying for a victoria pleasant result against Inter. Next up is Pablo Torre, who of course made his La Liga debut for Barcelona in this match. Let's get and see what he had to say after the game. He came out saying that playing at the Camp Nou is a very special feeling. I'm very happy and the veterans are very close to me and help me learn and improve. Look, it's not easy to join Barcelona. The minutes are very hard to come by, but you have to keep working for it. And on a day like this, you especially remember your friends and your family. Look, Pablo Torre is struggling for minutes, no doubt about that, but I feel like once Barcelona gets some players back fit, he'll end up playing more for Barca Athletic. And again, when the Super Cup comes and Copa del Rey comes after the World Cup, he will be getting the minutes again. He's our 6th choice midfielder, 2 injuries in the midfield, and he's starting week in, week out. But again, Barcelona may have to bring in a midfielder in the January transfer window. I think the fact that he's registered for Barcelona Athletic is very, very key, and no doubt he will get more minutes once the season progresses. Next up is Franck Kessie, who alongside alongside Pablo Torre is also struggling for minutes this season in that stocked up midfield, but in this match got a solid hour under his belt. Let's get and see what he had to say after the game. He came out saying that, look, I need to adapt first. There's also a language barrier and the system of playing isn't the same from where I come from, but I give my all for a chance to play. At AC Milan, we played a lot in the 4-2-3-1. Here it's always 4-3-3, so I'm trying to adapt as fast as possible and give my best on the pitch. I've seen a lot of reports about Franck Kessie after matches when he does not play. He'll go on the pitch, train for about half an hour, 45 minutes. So look, the ambition is there for him. He's just now waiting for his opportunity. And again, like I said about Pablo Torre, he's the next one in line in the Barcelona midfields when we have Copa del Rey, Super Cup matches. We're playing La Liga, Champions League, or probably later on Europa League, back and forth. No doubt he'll get his minutes. Again, he is signed as a squad player to challenge those first team players. Like Busquets said earlier, competition is very, very healthy and also very welcomed at Barcelona. And the final player who spoke after the match for Barcelona is, of course, Robert Lewandowski, who is absolutely on fire for Barcelona. I believe is now 16 or 17 goals in all competition. He's also the top goal scorer in La Liga and also in the Champions League. Best striker in the world, no doubt about that. Let's get to see what he had to say after the match. He came out saying, look, this was an amazing match and we have to keep going. This season is very long and we want to show our fans the love that they deserve, and we do have huge potential to walk away with silverware at the end of the season. Lewandowski's interview was very, very quick, but he kept on stressing, look, I know we had a bad week against Inter and Madrid, but this season is long. It's only October, not even halfway through, and this team, this squad has potential, and it also has the ambition to leave the Barcelona fans happy by the end of the season. Let's hope he can keep that statement. Time now to get into Xavi's press conference reaction. Of course, he's the manager and he sets up the teams and the tactics, and his opinion matters the most. Let's get and see what he had to say after the game. He came out saying that we knew that they were going to put a lot of pressure on us. We put another midfielder to counteract that, and Dembele was very good and he put us in a dominating position in the first half, which of course was very good. Everyone wants to play in this squad, whether it's Ferran Torres, Xavi, or Dembele, but competition is always welcome. Dembele was special today though, and he made that big difference. He then gave us an injury update on Pablo Gavi and Sergi Roberto. He said Gavi is fine. The Roberto one though is more serious. We saw Gavi after the match come on the pitch, start shaking hands with the players, saying good game, good game. So Gavi 100% fully fit, no injury with him whatsoever. Dembele will always be like this. Of course, we want him to be in the team with the engine, and today he was a star. We want him to always be like that or even close to that level. That's why I want him to stay. I trust him so much. We didn't play a good game in Madrid. We weren't at our level, but we're fine. The team is intense, eager, and the feeling around the squad is very, very good. Football belongs to the players. They're the ones who win the game. Sometimes the coach is given too much importance. Today the players put in a 10 out of 10 performance. I am here so that they play and understand better our idea. And then again, another injury update on Pablo Gavi, saying that Gavi will be available for the match against Bayern Munich on Wednesday. No problem with him whatsoever. Balde plays with a lot of confidence. He has a good competition in his position, but I think that's a good thing. He was at an amazing level and he had tremendous physicality and technique potential in this match. My wingers always have to take risks. Dembele loves to play. When he loses the ball 3 times, I ask him to calm down and play easy. He has the ability to make the difference, as he did today. On Raphinha, he will continue to be an important player for the team. I'm sure of it. Now, the game that we played yesterday was Raphinha, the first time for him. He did not make a single appearance in a La Liga match. Up until yesterday, he played at least a minute in every single game in La Liga, but yesterday was the first time he did not play a game for Barcelona in La Liga. Get another injury update on Sergi Roberto, saying regarding Roberto's injury, we'll have to wait for tomorrow's test, or today should I say. I think he'll be out for a few days. Now, I do have an injury update on Sergi Roberto, which I will give to you later on in the video. Pedri is one of the most versatile players in the world. Yes, we have many who can adapt to that position, such as Gavi, Sergi Roberto, and also Marcos Alonso. So again, Xavi praising the versatility that he has in his squad. And finally, Xavi included off by talking about Kounde, and that Kounde's level does not surprise me. I insisted a lot on his signing because I know his level, a young and wonderful player who always wants to learn. So again, Xavi very happy with the performance, but again wants to put it on the players and not more so on himself. Yes, he chose to teach the team and he put the extra man in the midfield, but it was the players on the pitch who put in the performance. Again, Gavi's fully fit. Roberto, big blow. Again, I'll talk about that later on. And he's so happy that he signed Kounde and insisted on him to this summer because he knows the levels that the Frenchman can reach at the highest level. Let's now analyze some of the players' individual performances from this match. I've chosen 4 players to analyze. Those 4 players are Sergi Roberto, Alejandro Balde, Robert Lewandowski, and Ousmane Dembele. First up is Alejandro Balde, who got a 7.6 SofaScore rating, and some of his heat map was of course playing as a left back the entire game. His heat map is just the left hand side completely on lockdown. In the match he played 90 minutes, had 3 clearances, 2 tackles, he attempted 6 ground duels and 106, he lost possession of the ball 9 times, he was fouled twice in this match but did not commit a single foul. He had 77 touches, he also had a 90% pass accuracy but only misplaced 6 passes. He had 2 key passes, he attempted 4 long balls and completed 3, and he also attempted 2 dribbles and completed both. But what the stats won't show you is the comfortability and confidence that Alejandro Balde had in this match. The turns, the nutmegs, the driving in the midfield. This player is something unique. I firmly do believe that if he continues at this pace, we could be doing a 3-peat for the Golden Boy and Copa Trophy next season. The guy is at that level. My question now is, will Xavi trust him in the big games, in the big moments? I think this Wednesday will be key. If Balde starts, he's growing, that's good. If not, Xavi does still not trust him at the big moments. We'll have to wait and see, but Balde definitely 100% impressing this season, and Joan Laporta renew his contract ASAP. Next up is Sergi Roberto, who got an 8.2 SofaScore rating, and as some of his heat map is of course playing as the right back in this match. But in the match he played 86 minutes, had 1 goal, 2 interceptions, 3 tackles. He had 1 last man tackle, which of course was for that shoulder injury, I believe. He had 5 ground duels in 105, lost possession 7 times. He was fouled once in this match, but he also never committed a foul. He had 90 touches, 92% pass accuracy, but only misplaced 5 passes, 1 shot on target. He attempted 1 dribble and completed it. He also attempted 3 crosses but only completed 1, but he attempted 3 long balls and completed all 3. Look, we all know Roberto going forward is fantastic. Well, not fantastic, but can perform at a good level. It's just defensively and also his lack of pace is where the real issue is. But in this match, Athletic Bilbao were attacking more so than the right-hand side with Nico Williams and also Inaki Williams down there. Left-hand side was Berenguer, and Roberto can match him with pace. But again, Roberto going forward is definitely an asset for Barcelona. If we ever play a wing-back position formation, if we play a 3 at the back, I think Roberto as a wing-back would be fantastic. Alongside the left-hand side, that would be great. And again, Roberto's connection play with Dembele in this match was superb. They know each other now since 2017, and that connection, the reading of the 1-2 play, him running to space, is always there. Now the big question is right now about Roberto is his injury. The club did release an official statement saying that last night Sergio Roberto has dislocated his left shoulder and he's out, and his recovery will determine his availability. He's out till the World Cup. Let's be honest, he will not come back until we play, I think, on December 31st in La Liga when we come back from the World Cup. I don't know what game that is, but Roberto's done for the next few weeks. I mean, when you dislocate your shoulder, you need at least a month to recover. This is a big blow for Barcelona. As you could see right now, Roberto is a starting right back, but again, huge opportunity now for Hector Bellerin. When he was injured, Roberto took his chance. Now when Roberto's injured, the question now is, can Bellerin take his chance? Now Roberto will be missing these last few weeks before the World Cup, but then again, we have to move on, and I want to give credit to Roberto for this performance. He played very well in most likely his final match before the World Cup. Next up is Robert Lewandowski, who got an 8.0 SofaScore rating, and at some of his heat map was of course playing as a striker, but again occupying a lot of spaces in the defensive final third, but more so down the left hand side. In the match, Lewandowski played 63 minutes, had 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 shot on target, 18 touches. He had an 83% pass accuracy, but in the entire match he only attempted 12 passes and completed 10, and out of those 12 passes, 1 of them was a key pass, of course, for the assist. He attempted 1 cross and completed it. He created 1 big chance. He had 3 aerial duels and 1-1, lost possession 5 times. He committed 1 foul and was also offside once in this match. Now, the stats and the numbers are not that great, but the most important thing about Lewandowski is that he's there in those moments, and when he's in that moment, he always capitalizes, and that's what makes you a world-class striker. When we had El Pistolero back in 16, 17, when we were playing big games, he never got to sniff it, but when he got to sniff it, he was always there. He was a killer, Pistolero, and puts it into the back of the net. And the same thing with Lewandowski. Look, not flashy, doesn't get involved, he's not doing flicks and back heels, but that touch for his goal is something only a few players in the world can do. The touch on his, back of his heel, he turns his body, levers this on his weak foot. It's just ridiculous, and that's what you pay the money for, and that's why we have Lewandowski for those big moments, and also to be aware when those moments come about as well. Best striker in the world, happy to have him, and again 17-16 goals this entire season. Let's hope he continues at his best form. And last but not the least is of course Ousmane Dembele, who got a perfect 10 in this match, as you see from his heat map, of course playing as the right winger, but also got inside a little bit and also defended a lot in this match as well. In the match he played 77 minutes, had 1 goal, 3 assists, 3 shots on target. He had the 3 dribbles and completed 2 of them, 68 touches. He had an 85% pass accuracy but only misplaced 8 passes. He had 4 key passes. He attempted 2 crosses, didn't complete either of them, but he attempted 4 long balls and completed all 4. He created 2 big chances. He attempted 10 ground duels and won 4. He lost possession 16 times. Now of course that's a big number, but it's not the usual 20-30 numbers for Ousmane Dembele. He was not fouled in this match, but he committed 1 foul and he also completed 2 tackles as well. I said this before a lot with Dembele, I'm going to say it again. Consistent, and even Xavi mentioned it in the post-match press conference. If Dembele can do this week in, week out, we got one of the best players in the world, and Xavi knows that, and that's why Xavi loves the player and wants to keep him, but he knows that, look, he needs to be more consistent. We're not asking for a 10 out of 10 every single week. We're asking for, a 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what makes you a great player. Mbappe does it week in, week out. Haaland does it week in, week out. Lewandowski at the moment is doing it week in, week out. Barcelona, that's what makes you world class. And Dembele is on the cups of that level, but isn't quite there yet. Every single Barcelona fan knows that he has it in his locker, but we only see it I think twice or 3 times a season, but now it's come early this time, so let's hope he can make it on a more regular basis. But again, Dembu's world class in this match. The question now is, can he be world class in every single match he plays? So overall, final thoughts on the match against Athletic Club. Look, Barcelona cruised this match. We absolutely dominated, but of course it all started with Xavi selecting the right team and making that switch to have 4 men in the midfield to counteract Valverde's pressing system of Athletic Club. Again, beautiful night, beautiful day. You can't go wrong without it. Again, 3 goals in the space of 10 minutes as well. We're killing teams off very quickly at the moment, but again, all about consistency and also if you can do it in the big matches. I know for a fact that at home we can beat those medium level teams, Athletic Club, Betis, Villarreal. The question now is, can we do it against a big team? I'm still doubtful, but we do have the opportunity, of course, on Wednesday against Bayern Munich. Look at the table right now. Again, nothing's really changed. We're still 3 points behind Real Madrid. We're also still 5 points behind Atletico Madrid. But Real Sociedad dropped points, Betis dropped points, and of course, Athletic Club in 6th place also dropped points. So we do have a good, 8-point cushion in the top 4. But of course, the priority is 1st place, still 3 points behind. But our goal difference now is a difference of 5 goals instead of 3, I believe, from last week. So again, if we win the Clasico later on at the Spotify Camp Nou, I believe it's in March or April, goal difference will be very key in the title race. It's always important to have that, and of course clean sheets as well. I think Real Madrid only have 1 clean sheet this season, and Barcelona have 9 from 11 matches. We're doing well in the league. Again, we've got to keep it more consistent. We'll catch the Real Madrid, I believe, sooner rather than later. But again, the big question is, can Barcelona do it against the big teams? So that was a match analysis for Barcelona versus Athletic Club in La Liga. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing, of course, I want to know is your thoughts on the performance, thoughts on Xavi's tactical change, what he said after the match, the players, what they said after the match, the team performance, and of course as well the individual performances. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.
Yeah.